Check out the tornado, number
That's
7.
good. Ooh, yeah, tornado.
Dust Devil.
Dust devil.
Oh, there's an anemone on there. Good choice.
Thank you. Yeah, the arm's doing its own drifting. I'm locked right now. Did you guys get your snaps?
Yeah.
All right, you wanna
Thanks.
come wide?
So attached.
Oh, we got
you're
some
good.
motion.
Oh, it's like pulling a tooth.
You're gonna eat those words now.
Totally eating those words.
Ooh, it's been really oxidized under that sediment.
Does that mean you're not liking it, Jen?
I have no clue. I'll have to see the underside and see.
This is a pretty big sample.
I think we got 2 rocks.
We do have 2 rocks. You want one with the top?
Oh,
Yeah,
pick them
just
up
the
and look
top,
at them.
please.
Yeah, you can have your pick of which one you want.
Okay.
with
Bring
that.
them right close to the camera. I think you got one.
All right, video, you want to push in there a bit, please?
Can you stick it out in the light, maybe?
Yeah, let's see which.
It's dark there. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? A fan?
Looks like a skull.
Did you find it?
Does look like a skull.
I think it actually might be 2. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it is 2. It looks like it's cracked. I can take one of the 2 if you want.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see the other side of it though first.
Roger.
Or we can take both. I mean, you don't have to choose, but
It will change our ballast a bit.
yeah, they're pretty big. We're allowed 8.
We have drop weights.
Yeah.
Yeah, the more rounder one seems better. That really flat tabular one looks like it's been heavily altered.
Roger. Rounder one. Sounds good. Are you happy
you.
with your views?
I am. Thank you very much.
Okay, come wide.
You might want to set them on the porch since we don't have mesocam.
Yeah, or I'll just put him back gently where I found him.
It could roll down the hill.
Yeah, just thought about that too. I was like, maybe I'll just put him up here.
I'd go for the porch.
Well, don't even have to put it down.
There you go.
That was some luck.
How'd you do that?
I think that's called skill.
Yeah, I'll call it skill, but we know it's, that was kind of luck too. Doing that. You want another push in on this one so you can see the underside of it there, Jen?
Yes, please.
All right, go ahead and push in a bit. My grip's kind of wonky, but it'll hold. It's good, thanks. Thanks, Emily.
I've always had bad luck setting them down again. They roll away.
Yeah, it looks good. That's looking way better than the tabular one, which I wasn't sure how much of the original rock would be good under that. Though this one looks like it's got some alteration also on the side that was in the sediment, but much less volumetrically than the other one.
All right, is that good for your views there? Roger, and you want one with the lasers on?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, go ahead and push in a bit there, video. Oh, you can come a little bit past. Come a little wide. Yeah, I'll just get the whole rock in it. There you go.
Got it, thank you.
Okay, go ahead and come wide. You guys want this in the starboard? All starboard are open, right?
Yeah. I think it's too big to probably fit in the inboard, so outboard.
Outboard ones?
Yeah, take your pick.
Roger.
Sorry,
to judge
making
the
you
slope
dizzy
a
there.
little bit. No, you good.
You got room out there, I think.
I think so.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Have a nice day.
You gonna
Okay.
pop her out a bit more? I don't think there's anything in any of them. That's good, thank you. Actually, I know there's nothing in them because we're the first watch.
Hope there's nothing in them. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Sample tray.
Yeah, no worries, guys.
So there's the geopun that has to do with gneiss. We have a rock that's called gneiss. It starts with a G. And a lot of like teaching students and stuff, they'll see that and they'll start writing "Have a nice day," but with the rock name instead of nice as in N-I-C-E. The rock is spelled G-N-E-I-S-S.
Nav, the sample number is 062.
Roger that.
Oh, there's another dust devil. That's a nice one.
That one's a cool one, yeah.
It's a camera 7 in case you guys in the back row want to look. And 8.
Mm-hmm.
I just put on
Oh,
SAT
wow.
3 as well, so.
My storm
Anyone
chaser
on the internet
should be
can
after
see.
that one.
Do you want to write down in the logs that there's a 266K ground fault on the craft?
Sure.
Thanks, Dan.
Otherwise known as a hard ground fault.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna continue on that same bearing.
Correct.
Roger. Rennie, you wanna do another step?
Yeah, I'll do
there?
a step here.
Cool.
Bridge nav. One step, 30 meters, bearing 115. Thank you. I've just been doing steps because we seem to be stopping every once in a while. The transfer speed's at 1 knot, so we'll get there at about half or 0.6 knots and then wait. So if you start to call in continuous moves, either just track a line or slow that transfer speed down. Pretty steady slope up, a little bit of rockiness, but no like walls or anything. Winds and current, so current is pretty strong here in this region. Steve informed us of the equatorial undercurrent, so it's pretty much 180 from the surface current. We were going down and then the vehicles flipped the other way. So they were streamed out the opposite heading. So on launch, it was just, we were taking a look at camera 11 to make sure that the wire wasn't too close to the transom of the ship. While we were shallow, that's more of a concern. But on recovery, that's going to be a major kind of concern, is to make sure we're streaming enough to counteract that and just kind of keep an eye. So pretty much things are going to go haywire until we get to the surface. We just want to mitigate that. So when it's on the surface, it's reasonably behind the ship, and then it should be faced enough into the current at that point.
Bunch of these dandelions, these small orangey red spears all over the place. Can tell they're floating because they have a shadow underneath them.
Now when you get to the surface, you're going 1.3 knots. It's going to depend on how much.
I don't know why they
Do you
would
mind
be
coming up
here.
a
I
bit there, Dan?
think they're usually a little bit deeper. I'm used to seeing them sub 2,000.
We'll see.
Sorry,
if
what
it's
were you
truly
after?
180,
Tilt?
then
No,
it
just
should
coming
be
up on the
okay.
winch.
Roger.
If it's not,
Especially
just
for this
slightly
guy
off,
here.
then we've got
it'll pin it
It's
to
like it's
one
a nice
side
overhang.
until you get to the surface. So, of course, Miles or I will be here with you, depending on whose watch it lands on. So.
That was weird. The whole GUI moved.
Yeah, yikes. Not much in the overhang. Surprised about that. I thought I would
For this, the ship,
see something in that overhang.
we may have changed heading a little bit during that, which is going to make it look like we did something funny. No, we haven't changed heading, so it might have just been drifting back and forth.
Gonna come up a little
I
faster.
usually look at
Yep.
the,
Go ahead.
looking at the green line is a lot better because that's the point in which that should stay still. You know? And yeah, we've just been going 115 to this target waypoint 2, which is at the top here.
Oh, it's a live sponge.
Beyond that,
Yeah, there's some sponge.
oops, these are 5-meter.
First live one of the dive, I think.
We're going after
Yeah.
2. There's the sandy bit. I don't know what they're going to want to do there, and then climb for 4, 3 and 4. Yeah, hopefully just that. Yeah. And then go ahead and select that target.
Vito, you can push in a little bit past Mongo. That's good, thank you.
Shiny, shiny, shiny,
That
shiny
looks
rock.
cool on the rock.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah,
like
everything's been out
bluish.
It's like a little waterfall or something.
for the most
Yeah.
part.
It's like there's a cool
I
crack
took
here
a
too.
look at the sound velocity at the at Herc, and it was quite a bit off from what was put in the dive innie. So I changed that and restarted the program. So it's at like 1460 or something now.
I think you guys are right. Looks like that's a very thin layer of sediment to this hard rock substrate.
That explains why the backscatter was as hard of a return as it was.
You want to chase the ridge a little, or the shelf, I mean? Or you keep going up?
Keep going up. Yeah, we're just gonna
So
go
pretty good.
follow our plan and just do
for
the
the most
do the
part.
track. We don't have a lot of time to meander.
And it's hot in here. I'm gonna have to check those
It's a
computers
wristed,
before we go. So
wrist,
really it's like
Aristiidae
it's mostly
shrimp.
that rack that needs to be cold. So that
In that
air
family.
conditioner blowing on it is cold. So I'm worried that there's a computer in there that's hot. Too hot.
Actually, while it comes and swims over us, maybe we'll take a look at him.
Sure.
Shrimp.
So we might come in here at the temperature done.
They're
Ah,
pretty
never
flat
mind.
for a while. I mean, it's still steep, but
Yeah.
Either the shrimp or the sea star. The sea star is at 12 o'clock right now.
Roger. Go ahead and push in a bit there, video.
Pushing in.
It's good.
Is there swimming shrimp?
Shrimp.
Kind of get both of them in view. And we'll have a look at the sea star for you here.
Kind of worried. So then another thing you can check over here is I have up on HiPAC plan the this, by the way, is an old point. That's not meaningless. That's not meaningful for our dive. It's just a general way.
Go ahead and push in a bit there, video.
Pushing
This
in more.
temperature sensor is in that rack somewhere, but it doesn't seem to be unhappy.
It's good.
Very nice.
it's-
Yeah, it's hard to see everything. This one's
Cold, but
probably
Dust them off.
either a deposit feeder or it feeds on invertebrates in the sediment.
so something's-
Either way, it's a sediment dweller.
Gonna come wide there, video, please.
Haven't seen a lot of sea star predation on corals. It's usually pretty common. Now that I think about it.
Mostly it. Hasn't been too hard to navigate.
There's a fish. Halosaur. What is that?
Good, and push in
Or,
a bit there,
I think
video.
that might be a
Zooming
Synaphabranchid.
in.
Let's see what
That's
we
good.
got here. Yep. All right.
Ooh.
He's not having any of that.
No, he is not. Go ahead and
He's
come wide there,
blind now.
video.
That's enough. Yeah, we
like
can
he wasn't before.
carry on.
What's that over there?
You want me to call in another
No.
step? You're kind of going off to the
Oh,
south there.
black
She is taking a holiday.
Is that
Yeah,
another
you
bat
go ahead and
fish
call
at
it
3
another move.
o'clock to the laser?
Bridge
Hey
nav.
Dan, you wanna come change your
I think
head
it
to
was.
115 and I'll
That'll take you
Take
right
me
out
off
of you.
Let's
screen.
do one
Yeah.
more step, 30 meters, 115.
but I'll
Thank
boogie
you.
over.
Uh,
I got myself a little bit off track.
yeah, you'll have to zag.
Yeah.
You zigged, now zag. If you come northeast, it'll bring you back in.
Yeah.
I think that actually might have been a congrid. Let's check.
Sorry, I had turned Argus to get a view there and
Yeah,
never
no
turned it
worries.
back.
No worries. I can see myself on the DVL too, but
115.
Roger. Thanks, Ronnie. It's now becoming a sauna. Yeah.
Yeah, something's offline in here.
Yeah.
Actually broke a sweat there on that sample of opportunity. Thanks everybody for a great shift.
Yeah, that was
I'm
fun,
gonna
guys.
go offline now and hand over to the next group.
Bye, Dan.
Bye.
Yeah, see you guys.
Bye, Jess.
It's hot. Kylie, turn off all those talk things.
Hello to this watch.
Hello, Al.
We're doing a line at point 2, so I'll come up now. But yeah, just watch your distance ahead in the sonar there.
Is this yours?
Off the hill. What's that beeping?
I was fiddling with the aircon.
Ah.
Trying to, seemed not as low as usual.
We turned on the additional unit behind you, Mike.
Roger.
Hello to everyone watching at nautiluslive.org. Your 4 to 8 watch is getting settled in the control van right now. Thank you all for joining us. We have made our way down past Jarvis Island, and we are diving off of Jarvis Seamount number 1 today. Hey, front row, are you all right to do a quick introduction?
Sure.
Sure.
Awesome. All right. Again, hello to everyone watching on nautiluslive.org. Welcome to the bottom of the ocean. This is your 4 to 8 watch checking in. My name is Al Leszczynski, and I am your Science Communication Fellow for this watch. And I'm going to pass it down the line.
Hey, this is Steve. I'm from Massachusetts. I'm the video engineer on this watch, and I just want to say hi to Rachel, who told me she'd be watching.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi guys, my name is Kylie Pasternak. I'm from Fall River, Massachusetts. I'm sitting in the Argus chair today, and I'm happy to be here.
Michael Hannaford, St. John's, Newfoundland, Herc pilot.
Chris Jakes, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, navigator on this watch.
Thank you.
Kevin Conrad, Oregon State University, guest geologist on this watch.
Allison Fundus, Ocean Exploration Trust in California, and watch lead.
Jamie Wagner. I'm a data logger on this watch. And what's the other thing everybody's saying?
Happy to be here.
I don't have a current affiliation, but I'm from North Carolina.
You're supposed to say I'm from Massachusetts.
That would not be true.
It's just a theme.
Well, happy to be here with all of you as we explore Jarvis Seamount number 1.
Can you take the gauges?
There was some talk about naming this seamount earlier, but it seems we've settled on Jarvis Seamount number 1, huh?
Yes.
Well, I think that's still the placeholder name. Hopefully it doesn't stick, 'cause then it will be multiple Jarvis seamounts, and that's just confusing.
I really thought we were going to land on Jamie's suggestion.
What was Jamie's suggestion?
Jamie?
I think we've decided to send this to a committee to make it more in line with some other seamount names in this area.
Makes sense.
Sonar is like totally blown out.
Yeah, I was seeing that.
Fooling around with the gain on this.
Whoa, big old fish. What is that?
Very
Oh,
large.
hello.
Cool.
Whoa.
That's a shark.
Shark.
Oh.
Awesome.
That has a
Unfortunately, I'm on the end of my leash here. I'll try and keep up with him.
Argus, hurry.
I can go with steps, which will get us moving a little faster if you want.
I don't think we're gonna.
Yeah.
Just passing in the
I'm gonna
night.
try and chase him with the ship.
Still got a pretty nice view of it.
That's cool.
That was a nice way to start.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Too bad. Couldn't get better.
We're lucky it graced us with its presence at all.
We might catch up with them.
Yeah, maybe.
My first guess would be 6 gill or something like that. Did anybody
Yeah,
get a good look
so
at it?
6 gill is one we commonly see down here, but I don't think it had 6 gills. It looked fewer, but it was a very quick glance before it turned to the side.
If you're watching at home, you can rewind and take a count of those gills if you want. Let us know how many you saw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
that's
be
a good
awesome.
idea.
Please help us out. Did other people think it looked like the snout was fairly pointed?
It was very pointed.
I would
Yeah,
agree with
so
that as well.
6 gills usually have a blunter snout than that too, so that's another distinguishing feature.
It seemed pointed and flattened a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest non-rock that I've seen down here.
Yeah.
I think so.
I was typing up notes about the shark and I said maybe 4 gills, but I actually typed maybe 4 kills. That could be true too.
Yeah, we don't know that shark's record.
Yeah, it's pretty big. I'm going to assume more than 4.
Maybe that was just, you know, in the last 2 weeks or something.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna take bubble, if that's okay.
Roger.
Again, as we get moving here, we are exploring a never before explored seamount that is northwest of Jarvis Island, referring to this seamount as Jarvis Seamount number 1. And we are exploring areas of the ocean that normally do not get any light. So yes, the lights from our vehicles are definitely, you know, shedding light on things that may not have seen this amount of light before. Some things may shy away from the lights, but we're down here to see what we can see with our friends Hercules and Argus.
Kevin, do you think this is the start of the rocky part of this slope?
Yeah. Yeah, these look like in situ lava flows, so
Okay.
I'm assuming.
And for viewers at home, when we say in situ, we mean that it's in the place that it was when it hardened up, right, Kevin?
Correct. Perfect.
Just bump it, just come up a bit.
And would we say, like some of the other seamounts we've seen in this area, that your best guess before rock sampling would be 70 million years old, plus or minus 5?
Yeah, but we have no idea what the age of these seamounts are.
No idea of these.
This is terra incognito, as
Oh, interesting.
they say. It's only one basalt, or one datable basalt has been recovered from a seamount slightly to the northeast of here.
Okay.
I plan on dating it, but I haven't got around to it. And so this whole area north of Jarvis, we don't know really anything about.
Cool. So the other areas, your best guess was based upon previous rock samples from similar areas?
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. So I'm guessing we're looking to collect some samples of rocks on here?
Always.
Rocks all day. You want to spill? And the team is available right now, team including me and the rest of everyone on this watch. So if you have questions about the expedition, the season, life on Nautilus, the technology that we're using, the biology that we're seeing, send in your questions to that white rectangle right below the video feed. We have been down on the seafloor for about 3 hours. Would that be accurate to say? I think they got down here
Yeah, that's about right.
3 hours ago.
Yeah, a little bit less than that probably. We launched at noon
Cool.
Hawaii time.
Yes.
Took
So
a little
we
bit over
are.
an hour to get to the bottom.
So we're right at the beginning of this dive. We've got lots to go. So tune in. Get ready for exploration.
Kylie, did you note the depth with that note you put in the log?
I did.
Great.
12-15 meters.
Yeah, it might be useful.
And those bits and pieces that you're seeing kind of floating in the water is what we call marine snow. It's debris from the upper levels of the water column, and it's what's collecting on top of these rock formations and creating these sort of sedimented areas.
Yeah, that's slack there now. Yeah.
And as far as I know, on the last couple dives, we have not seen anthropogenic trash, but it is a common sight when exploring the deep ocean. We'll be moving up this seamount and checking out different types of biology that's hanging out here. I was watching from the lounge, the last watch. They saw some really interesting stuff, some corals and crinoids, other filter feeders. And it looks like we got a friend.
Could we zoom on that?
Yep. video.
Nice little spot to perch on this rock here.
That is a very fluffy crinoid.
Yes, indeed. And would you say that's stalked or unstalked? I couldn't really tell.
Unstalked.
It's an unstalked.
You can see the, I don't know the exact proper scientific term, but the little tentacle-like feet on the bottom sticking out that look like little roots underneath.
Got it. I think I did see those.
Yeah.
You can sort of see them peeking through those feathery areas.
Yep.
For a crinoid, is there a mouth in the middle, like
yes.
the other filter feeders that
it is. We're good here. Thanks for the zoom.
Coming wide.
Yeah, so most echinoderms, other than sea cucumbers, have their mouth facing down. So if you think of a sea urchin or a sand dollar, or let's see,
other
sea stars. That's the other category. I was like, what else is there in this group? Or brittle stars. Those all have their mouth on the bottom, but crinoids are inverted and have their mouth on the top.
Cool.
And that matches well with their feeding method, which is rather than crawling along the bottom, eating bits of sediment and tissue that they come across, it's filter feeding out of the water column.
Very cool. And this looks like we're coming up on possibly a stalked crinoid?
Yes, it does.
And an urchin. Or an anemone?
It might be an anemone. Well,
want to zoom in?
Yes, please.
Coming in?
Looks too wiggly to be an urchin.
Yeah, I think that would be a little anemone.
Again, found a nice little spot there.
That's such a cute spot for it.
Okay, full wide.
Shrimp. All of these sort of curved areas in the rock, is that just a part of the flow pattern?
It's either part of the flow or it's a part of the flow that has experienced some collapse. So when the eruption happens and the lava's moving around, so when the eruption happens and it comes in contact with that cold seawater, it instantly quenches and essentially forms like a carapace of lava. And then everything that is still molten underneath is still moving around because it's now kind of protected from that seawater, quenching it. And so it occasionally, as the eruption subsides, it'll drain back into conduits that have been formed elsewhere.
So it's kind of like a hard shell, and then the liquid magma sort of retreats out of it?
It can keep flowing down slope, or it's just been weathered and it's collapsed over time.
Very cool.
Are there? Okay, I'll go look.
And this expedition, our objectives are to look at the biodiversity and the geology of these areas. But coming up in this season, we do have the next expedition after this one is the Samoan Clipper, which will be an exploration to try and actually find the wreckage of a downed seaplane. So if marine archaeology is something that you're interested in, that's definitely a expedition to keep your eyes out for. And Nautilus has participated in dives looking at wrecks in the past. So definitely check out nautiluslive.org. We do have a search bar, and if you search the sort of phrases you're looking for on different types of expeditions, I'm sure you can find some footage, some highlights, some blog posts about some of those previous ones or the ones coming up. And I think some of these areas that that look a bit squared off are sort of what I was referring to with those curved off areas, and the way that the sediment's falling into them does kind of make them look squared off. But again, what Allison was saying about the flow pattern possibly just being part of that flow pattern, or some of these areas where that rock hardened on the outside as it was released from the earth and sort of collapsed over time. In some of the areas that we were looking at in previous dives, there were some very distinct cliffs that were sort of cut off as well. But this area is not that. But the ones in Kingman Ridges did definitely have some cliffs. Hey, Jamie.
Hello.
What'd they collect on the last watch?
Oh, that is a great question that I love talking about.
I know.
Okay. We got a rock that was... Yeah, a rock. That's our description. And it had some bryozoans and a worm tube on it.
Ooh.
You want to run the winch, Kylie, while Dan and Allison are there looking at it?
And then we got a white Chrysogorgia fan, or part of it, which is a coral.
Very cool.
And then we got part of a stalked pink coral in the group Metallogorgia.
Oh, I love those. Those are the... Is that the puffball?
Yeah, that's the delicate puffball on a long stalk. And it might have been a juvenile coral, and it had a pink brittle star associate on it.
Very cool.
And then we got a loose lava pillow.
Very nice.
And we are eagerly awaiting our next sample candidate.
Yeah. When you come in and you read what they've collected, do you get excited for sample processing?
I don't know if I get excited yet. I think I get excited when the vehicles are on deck.
Gotcha.
But I guess I do kind of in my head, for the things I'm less familiar with, wish I could see a picture of him right then and there. But I will wait until the vehicles are on deck.
Waiting patiently for your sea treasures. I think I've lost track. Is this our 4th dive of the expedition?
I think that sounds right.
Yes.
Yeah, this is number 4.
So we got the one on Kingman Ridges, the one Palmyra Moats, Dragon's Back Seamount, and now Jarvis Seamount number 1, northwest of Jarvis Island. And we've got a few dives around this area over the next couple days, so we're pretty excited.
Can we zoom on that sponge?
Will do.
Excited to see the life down here, including this.
Go ahead, video.
Coming in.
Oh, is that a... Cucumber?
I think that's actually a sea cucumber.
It did from a distance look like a sponge.
It's definitely a sea cucumber. Hello, sea cucumber.
Haven't seen them on rocks yet, I don't think. At least during our
Scooching in.
watch. Nice.
This is definitely the lightest sea cucumber I've seen on this cruise.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
It looks like a fluffy marshmallow.
Cotton ball.
Cotton ball, yeah, that too.
Does look like a wet cotton ball.
AKA gorgeous.
Coming wider.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Look like a few small crinoids around it too.
If I take the iris down, it almost looks purple still. Oh, there it goes.
Might be really, really, really light purple.
There's a little fish.
Zoom in.
Coming in.
Looks like it might be tripod. Oh, no. Yes. Maybe.
That is a full zoom.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That looks similar to the tripod fish we were seeing before.
Coming wider.
Yeah.
It's got cool contrast.
Yeah, I like its light body and darker fins. It looks very
Coming
pretty.
full wide.
Yeah. Yeah, the depth's recorded with all of them.
I really like these lava formations.
Could we zoom on that yellow possible coral to the left?
Yeah. Just a second.
It looks like this flow has like created sort of little caves. Coral it is. Some brittle star associates.
Coming wider.
I feel like there's probably lots of stuff in these little nooks and crannies. Hey, Kevin.
Yes?
I'm seeing like littler sort of cracks in the surfaces of these rocks. Would that be caused by the cooling as well?
Yeah, and some of these might actually just be bubbles. Like it can bubble up and then it pops.
Oh.
But they're pretty deep, so I don't know if that would be the case. The deeper you are, the more it retains those bubbles.
Mm-hmm. Another stalked crinoid. Again, those filter feeders.
And another yellow coral fan next to it.
Yes. Neighbors.
Got some sponges, I think, to the top left.
Oh yeah.
Are they? Oh,
I
actually,
think
no, that's
the
sediment holes.
sediment
Yeah.
pockets. Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, but there is
Something-
something else.
Something
Is this
tubular.
a foul hagfish, perhaps?
I'm hoping it's a hagfish. I've been really wanting to see a hagfish this dive. Or this cruise.
I don't think so.
Or anytime.
Just in general.
What do we think this is?
Maybe it's a sea cucumber?
There's a big one.
It's a long one.
Yeah.
It's a long cuke.
Hey, zoom in.
Coming in.
Wow.
King of
Yep.
the cucumbers.
Very nice sea
What?
cucumber.
Coming in tighter.
Roger.
I got so used to
zoom.
the short and stubby ones.
Yeah.
Now, can they crunch up like segmented worms, or like is what you're looking at what it is?
So these are in this. You're talking about the body plan rather than what it eats, right?
Yes.
Okay, but I just crunch up. I wanted to clarify.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's a.
Scrunch.
It's not a worm, and it doesn't have segments the way segmented worms do. It's in the same group as sea stars and urchins
You can see
and
its 2
crinoids.
Yeah.
So it's one
All right,
continuous
full wide.
animal.
Behind here.
It does have 5 divisions to its body as sort of a remnant of the earlier body plan that's more similar to
Oh wow.
a sea star or something, but
With
it's
the
not
radial
segmented the way.
Just a quick zoom.
Yeah, but it's not segmented the way a segmented worm would be. It's a nice sponge.
It can't stretch?
I mean, it's a big gooey blob, so it's got flexibility.
Okay.
So to a degree, but that definitely was
That's just a
a
big
long
sea
one.
cucumber,
Yeah.
Got it.
It wasn't like one of the chubbier ones sort of stretched out.
Okay, full
That's
wide.
a
Gotta
beautiful sponge.
Looked like it had a small white shrimp inside, I think.
That shrimp somehow got through the top. That web-like
Squeeze
structure.
itself.
Just stop the ship there, and Chris will probably take steps.
Roger
It's
that.
steeper here.
Bridge nav. Request we hold position.
And I want to give a quick shout out to the Alan Sean Feinstein Junior Scholar Marine Science Boot Camp that's watching with us right now.
Whoa.
Thank you for joining us. Hope you're enjoying this view from the bottom of the ocean. Feel free to send in any questions you might have. We'll do our best to answer them here as we explore off of Jarvis Island.
That's
So
cool. I would have loved to do
Fish
that.
in the Argus view.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Marine Science Boot Camp.
There's a fish in the hookos as well in the bottom left.
Oh, yeah.
Some white coral I've been seeing. Is that something new?
White coral.
Over there. To the left of the lasers.
Can we zoom?
Where's this white coral? Oh, in the
left and
I
down.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, the little one?
Yeah, there was a larger one before, but this one, it's the same, it looks like.
Oh yeah.
Zoom in.
Coming in.
Oh,
Kevin, you have an eagle eye.
Yeah. that is
Seriously?
pretty
I can easily spot what's not my beautiful rock.
looks like a
What is
spot
that
lobster
in
near
the
the
way?
lasers too. Hidden in a little nook.
Oh, yeah. The very top right corner. Is that what
Yeah.
you're looking at?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doing his best Nixon impersonation.
It's hard to tell if that coral has any polyps or not.
That's funny.
Yeah, it might just be a dead coral.
Hard to say.
Coming wide.
Roger.
I know I said it already, but I'm really loving the lava flows of this part of this area.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
you are.
I meant to ask this yesterday. Is there a sea aquatic equivalent of an eagle or a a bird of prey that might have good eyesight but in the sea?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know if anyone else might know.
Just throwing it out there.
See, there's some more of the white corals, bigger ones on the top right.
We'll think about it for you, Steve.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's
If I think about it, Google it.
Oh, Steve.
corallium.
Steve has identified the white coral for us.
Amazing.
Looks like another one coming up. If you're wondering about the relationship
Zoom in.
between
Coming in.
some of the brittle stars we see on these corals, they get lifted up into the
These
flow of the
ones-
water.
These ones have very obvious polyps, so I wonder if the previous one just had its polyps retracted.
Yeah.
Steve says yes.
Bridge nav.
It's a very pretty
Request
coral.
20
They're all
meters
very
step
pretty.
bearing 115.
It's one of the precious corals.
So that means that the skeleton is quite rigid, correct?
Okay, full wide.
I believe so.
Yeah, so we've checked our
Steve says
swing
yes.
here.
Roger.
Step transfer speeds at a knot. With smaller steps, it probably won't get up to that, but if it's too much, I can bring it down.
Yeah, we'll just check this one, see what it goes like.
And the sediment you're seeing on these rocky features is a collection of debris falling from the upper levels, debris we call marine snow. The animals down here, like urchins and sea cucumbers, kind of eat up that sediment and take out the nutrients and then expel sort of a cleaned up version of that sediment onto the seafloor like little Roombas.
So apparently mantis shrimp have the best vision underwater.
There you go.
Each eye contains 16 photoreceptors.
That's awesome.
And they're the only creatures capable of seeing an ultraviolet and